This is meteorologist Mark Molnar and an update on the Sandy cleanup effort. I'm going to show you quickly a map of what the storm surges look like during Sandy. And the storm surge was most prominent here in New York Harbor, where we had anywhere from 10 to 16 feet with waves up to 32 feet in the harbor. And you head eastward, and this is where you get into some variations along the Long Island coast. You get anywhere from 9 to 16 feet, and portions of eastern Long Island up to areas, actually some areas got up to 18 feet. And of course northern Long Island Sound here, this is where we got the water piling in from the east here, and we had anywhere from, say, 4 to 8 feet with some isolated 12 feet areas as well. And then heading on down towards New Jersey here, make note the New Jersey coastline is very, very low and very flat, so it only took 6 to 8 feet and to flood a lot of this. And south of Atlantic City it was more like 5 or 6 feet, but still this was devastating for the New Jersey coast, New York City, Long Island, and portions of southern New England, even over towards Cape Cod here, where we had anywhere from 3 to 5 feet. So as far as the tallies for fatalities with this storm, you can actually see here's a page on CNN that is actually compiling all of the data for deceased ones. So if you are looking for somebody and you're not sure what happened, you can visit this page. You can you are going to have to be patient though. This storm has, from what I'm being told, it has really knocked the downstate New York area, New Jersey, and portions around that area into the state of the dark ages. There's no power, there's no communication, there's no a lot of areas don't have cell phone coverage. So this is something you're going to have to keep an eye on, and it's something that a lot of us are going to have to be patient about. It's hard to be patient, but it's going to have to be something that can be done in the coming days. There's portions of the area from Long Island down to New Jersey that could be without power for weeks. Those are the even more hardest hit areas, especially those storm surge areas. A lot of the areas in the storm surge didn't get, either they didn't get evacuated in time, or they tried to evacuate way too late, or the evacuation orders were given too late. And there's going to probably be a lot of questions asked as to why this happened. There's really no excuse for local agencies not correlating the evacuation procedures and making sure that everybody's out of those Category 1 and Category 2 evacuation zones. So as far as cleanup efforts are going, apparently they're going all right, but let's keep in mind that most rescue crews and search and rescue people have only gotten into, say, a little less than half of the areas. There's so much area to be explored that this storm has affected. So everyone should be patient, and it's going to be a hard task, but this storm is unprecedented. Like I said, it's causing, I believe it's going to be upwards of 60 billion now at least, and the death toll could rise into the hundreds. So we're already up to 100, and I believe it's 188. And we just had 44 more being reported by New York State of fatalities. So if anybody has any questions, concerns, or they want to address their damage issues, or they have any damage reports to submit, you can submit them either on my YouTube page, my home webpage at meteomark.com, or you can, the best place to do this is on my MeteoMark on Facebook, if you like MeteoMark on Facebook, and I'll have more information as it rolls in. And the one important factor is going to be this nor'easter next week. Will it affect these areas that were already affected? Of course, it's not going to be near as strong as Sandy, but it's just adding insult to injury, and it's something that many people in the Northeast really need to think about. Most of these people are without power, and it's going to be sad that if we head in, if this low heads further east and spreads a swath of snow or even a cold wet rain and coastal flooding and beach erosion to an already stressed area. So I'm meteorologist Mark Molnar. Don't forget to once again like me on Facebook, and hopefully things get better in the coming days, but from what I understand, things are much worse than could be expected. So it's being described as worse than Irene, worse than Gloria in 1985 for portions of Long Island. There's a lot of areas that are being affected, so just stay patient and hopefully things will come together as far as search and rescue. But in the coming days there will be probably things addressed as to certain areas as to why people weren't evacuated in certain areas or why people chose not to evacuate in certain areas. As far as power outages, we knew the scope of the power outages with this storm, but the fact that this storm was so large, it displaced a lot of water from the ocean and it pushed it onto these storm surge prone areas. I'm meteorologist Mark Molnar. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Meteo Mark.